Anyways.
Okay.
Okay.
So am I looking at the right Mac versus PC? Are we talking about, or is this from last week? Osama regrets agreeing to iPhone.
Oh yeah, that was gonna be well, no, that was gonna be the lead-off joke before we got into the Skype thing stuff, you know. And I'm not. It's old at this point, and I'm not sure it's worth going
into. I am like so adamantly. I was listening to the news, and they're talking about tracking, even on my local radio stations, Apple track. I want to just erupt and say you are all idiot dumbasses. What the hell is being tracked? There is no tracking. This is the wrong word to use. Christ.
Well, no. On that note, what you're talking about, because I have a feeling between now and November of next year, this is only going to get infinitely worse because it's we
can tax them now.
No. What the media is going to be obsessing over, what DC is going to be bullshitting about, it's going to get worse and worse between now and November. I'm almost thinking it's going to get to the point that even if it's not a permanent show, we should start a 5th show, because we have 4 now. We have PC versus Mac, we have Linux, we have iWorld, and we're trying to get Tech Babble going back again. I'm almost thinking we should start a 5th show that focuses wholly on the media and political bullshit and just call it and just basically go bullshit. Whether it's technology or not, because there's going to be plenty of bullshit in the next 12 months.
Yeah. Well, all I'm going to say on this whatever, I'll say bull crap. So, in case you want to be G-rated later. But the thing is that
because he's right in the middle of everything.
I hope no regulatory costs come out of this, or policy is created that the phones can no longer take some part in the role of helping our data if we need to find a cell tower or a Wi-Fi hotspot more efficiently. That now we're totally relying on polling the forsaken carriers and not using more of the phone when it already has, hey, I already know this exists here, let's go here. Rather than trying to waste batteries, waste our data, and all this other stuff, trying to find the nearest cell tower, what have you, Wi-Fi hotspot to move traffic. It's insane to me.
I'm with you, man. I'm so with you. It's just...
All right, next, what is this? Yahoo is forcing people to get Yahoo accounts to use any Yahoo-owned service.
Yeah,
it's Google next. But I thought Google does make you sign up for everything.
Well, here's the thing. If I want to go to YouTube or whatever, I don't have to create a Google account. Now, Google tried...
Wait. To view a video, you mean? Yeah, you don't.
No, even to publish content.
Are you serious?
No, my YouTube account, I can register it to just some email, and then my email is my login.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Oh, what do you mean?
What Yahoo has started doing, like with all the things they bought, like associated content and all the other services they bought, is that basically to even log into them now, whether you're a grandfathered in user or not, you have to create a Yahoo ID, a Yahoo.com ID that then creates a Yahoo email, a Yahoo IM, a Yahoo profile. Google does not make you do that. They don't go, you have to sign up for Gmail to use YouTube. Google doesn't
do that with Engadget or anything.
But yeah, they've started the rollout of that. Basically, by the end of the year, everything that is in any way even tether associated with Yahoo that's under that umbrella, you're going to need a Yahoo ID to sign into. They've begun the rollout of that. They're updating them all one by one, and basically you must have a Yahoo account, Yahoo email, Yahoo. You have to create a whole...
So unless you're grandfathered in or anything.
No, even if you're grandfathered in, you'll go there to sign in, and after they've updated it, it goes, to sign in, you must create a Yahoo account. Please create a Yahoo...
So you're saying if you signed in with a Hotmail ID as your main ID, they're going to say, okay, this is no longer valid.
You have to update it to be a Yahoo account and claim it with your Yahoo. Yeah, that's the fine line. Google wants to follow you around the whole internet, and you know it can be a pain in the butt to log into this thing and that thing and that thing if you've done them differently. But they don't force it; they just annoy you. But they don't.
Yes, Google is super annoying with its stupid consolidated logins. I hate those things. It's like,
but
do you unify this? No, I don't want to unify.
But basically they annoy you to the point of basically annoying you to make you want to unify it, but they don't force you. Yahoo, on the other hand, has crossed that line. They basically said, not only are we going to annoyify you, but we're now going to force you to cross that line whether you want to or not. All these things you've been deliberately keeping separate, you now cannot do that.
Well, I think Yahoo shot themselves in the foot because I think Google services, especially like, I've dabbled a little bit within Google Apps on a business side of things. I've got a business account with Google. And I think that they cater and they like to say, okay, well, you know, if you're coming from somewhere else, fine, use that ID. You're still going to use our ecosystem. You might end up actually buying into the premier services. And then at that point, you probably create a Google ID. But nonetheless, they let you get in. You know, they set the hook.
Yeah, Yahoo's putting an end to that across the board with all their systems. I'm hoping Google doesn't follow suit, and I'm thinking they won't. If Google does that, you'll find me on the side of Google must die. Google is the enemy. Because it's like the universal login attempt annoys me. They don't force you to do it. You can still not do it. Yahoo was the same way, but now they've crossed that line of saying you don't have a choice. You must create a Yahoo account, and that's just not copacetic. Okay.
All right, so IPv6 and IPv4.
I don't know.
So this article I'm reading is about IPv. It actually has in quotes this article IPv4 diehards. How could there be such a thing? Is my I mean, the whole point of IPv6 is address allocation.
Basically, there's this niche little to cover that because I was going to skip over that, but to skip on, there's this niche little group of IPv4 people who are convinced that we don't need IPv6. We don't need no, they say we don't need it. If we just do these little tweaks to IPv4, we can make it last indefinitely. They're touched in the head, and technically they're right. But why would we want to do that?
It's like adding PAE to your existing memory model. You know, it's like okay, we have this much address allocation, but let's do some linear address extension.
Exactly. And they're technically right, but why bother?
Yeah.
All right.
So what's next topic?
Okay. Which one? Actually, do y'all want to rehash the Mozilla one any?
No, not
okay.
yet.
Viacom versus Time Warner isn't even relevant anymore. Oh, Barnes & Noble, proving they're not irrelevant, has launched an...
I thought they got out of business.
Yeah, I really thought they were too, but apparently no. They have enough oomph left to launch a whole nother proprietary ebook reader. What do they call this thing?
I don't know. I'm actually getting a Kindle. I'm sorry. I cannot read on backlit anything. I think e-ink is awesome. E-ink is awesome.
I'm sorry. At this point, Amazon really, in the same way Apple largely owns the music service right now, Amazon owns ebooks. You know, Apple can play these if you don't have an iPhone, you didn't buy Apple commercials all they want. But the reality is Amazon got the content producers, the publishers lined up with them. They have the things. They have the majority of the mainstream books you would want. Their device supports...
Yeah.
Their device supports PDFs. It's a good device. It's fairly priced. It's, you know, setting aside the open versus locking our media into a proprietary format for the next 20 years and setting the human race backwards because the written word's now inaccessible. Ignoring all of that, the reality is Amazon owns this market now. And if you're trying to compete with Amazon, you better be not just doing an adequate job. You need to do something that just makes people want to drop their Kindle and go, what a piece of shit. Short of that, it's over.
Well, I certainly want competition. I hope Barnes & Noble... But see, I played with a Nook, and I found that little bottom thing where it's like a touchpad almost to be extremely slow, cumbersome, and I found the Kindle much more responsive. I like more of the tactile feel of the keys rather than another touch. Like, it's like, because I don't know, the Nook had like the e-ink up at the top, and then it had like a touch little area at the bottom. I was like, no, this is not going to work. So.
Yeah, I wish them luck, but honestly, I think Barnes & Noble's like this close to just being bankrupt and not existing anymore.
Are they really? I mean, as a company, are they?
They're not doing good.
You think Barnes & Noble's trying to pull a CompUSA/C? They're basically one company now, but they're only online. You can't find them. You can't find a physical store anymore.
I honestly think that's the only way Barnes & Noble isn't going to go bankrupt. I honestly think all the Barnes & Noble retail stores are going to be closed within the next 2 to 5 years.
It's kind of like a parallel to Blockbuster as well. I mean, there's a Blockbuster store closing just right next to me over here, and they're trying to compete with Netflix online.
Oh, I used to get a whole bunch of DVDs from there. I used to call the places Block Dumpster because I kept on throwing away.
Yep. I honestly, that's another one. Your kids are going to know what a Blockbuster is, but my kids, by the time I have them, I'm going to talk about this mythical business called a blockbuster, and they're not going to understand the term blockbuster. And I'm going to go, well, once upon a time there were blockbusters, and then there was a video chain named after them.
Can you imagine?
This is called video tapes. You had to rewind them.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like, yes, son. We actually drove to a store to rent a video, and we would drive back to drop it into the drive-thru.
And we spent 20 minutes rewinding it, or else we'd pay a fee.
And we used to buy dedicated rewinders. Oh my gosh, yes.
I mean, this is literally a foreign concept to people today.
I know.
Maybe you should ask kids, what does the M in MTV stand for? They won't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
right.
My nieces and nephews.
Isn't that sad? But you just brought up a great point.
Music.
That's so sad. That's so sad. Yeah. No, I mean, MTV now is just filled with soap opera shows. Versus when I grew up, we were watching music videos.
I had like a little different memory. It's like the MTV was MTV, but when I was really getting into that, I was getting into the phase where MTV was beginning to not be MTV. But right around that time, they launched the other MTV, which was then what MTV used to be. But now that's not even true.
Remember that Max Headroom? What was it? Max Headroom? That guy that goes, you know, like.
There are some legitimate MTV music channels, but they cost extra. They're like in the 600 channel cable packages, you know.
I'm not sure anybody even watches MTV anymore. I mean, nobody can.
It's not part of my cable. You know, I'm so pathetic. My cable subscription, because I don't even have time really much to watch TV, but my cable subscription is the family subscription. So, because my kids watch their shows, and I don't.
You know, dude, you have 3 kids. You know, that's about right. You know, it's.
Yeah.
It's. Oh, okay. Like,
So YouTube goes live, kinda.
Yeah, that's not even that's not even relevant anymore. The tabbed ones aren't even relevant. I mean, Let's see. Moving down to, I mean, if we want to talk about the PlayStation hack, but
What about Adobe?
What is Adobe goes monthly? What is that?
oh, that's pretty old news at this point. But basically, the next version of Adobe's Creative Suite is gonna be. You can still buy it, but what they're trying to encourage everybody to do is get on basically leasing the Adobe Creative Suite and just pay for it indefinitely.
So there is a purchase option.
There's a purchase. There's a purchase option, but they basically restructured their billing and everything, which is basically you can lease the Adobe Creative Suite for life, and you get support as part of that lease. So if you can't figure out how to do something, you call Adobe. But you wind up paying, thousands of dollars for Photoshop a year, or you can buy it and then you're just jack shit on your own and you have to pay uber money for it being a software defect.
So it costs like $20,000 for CS5, but you keep it forever. What?
Basically, based on, I forget what it says in there, but yeah, basically what they're trying to get everybody who's used, all of the people who are using the Adobe Creative Suite elements to basically be software as a service. I think, I mean, that'll work out great for Adobe if they can do it, but I see it driving the price of a lot of things in the industry up. Because
I would say a good comparison to Adobe that really competes with them, that really just knocks the floor from truly cross-platform,
Unfortunately, there isn't one at this time. There's a couple of applications that if they grow up for another 2 or 3 years, I think they can be, and they're a lot less bloated by virtue of the fact that they're much younger than Adobe. But
have you tried that GIMP Painter Studio? It's like GIMP, but only it has like a better UI on top of it. But
GIMP is not who I would send in to do this battle, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, GIMP's great, but I wouldn't send it in to do this battle. I can't. Damn it, I cannot remember the name of the application right now that's like so close to being a Photoshop competitor. It's not even funny. But the creative.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, it's. They're not a suite, but there are applications that are like that close to being true competition for everything in the Creative Suite, and that one's damn close to being competitive with Photoshop.